Hi, welcome to Interstellar Observatory 7 here at Berg Mount Ion Optional University. This session we discuss Borgundians, their nature, cause and purpose air. Come along with us.
13th Celestial Probe. Divisional diasporas of 7 Borgundians. We are either moving forward with the rest of the universe or falling behind in some way, form or fashion, because the Earth and rest of the universe are moving at Godspeed. As far as we can fathom in either direction, where that to the immediate front, back, right, left, north or south define the 6 of the 7 points of Borgundians. The 7th point is that which acts on either of one's or a collective's extremities. We can't distinguish anything past the horizon from anything else other than that thing we are trying to visualize. We can't say what's past the stars, but we can say what's past the blue chicken beyond the horizon, and so there are but 7 Borgungians conceivable of the 4th dimension. The first dimension and division from the rest of creation is the individual, who, seeking extremities, in the 2nd dimension, we quarter perspectives and calculate extremities. Many seldom consider more, while the 3rd dimension adds extremities above and below to those of a sphere's latitudinal and longitudinal limits. The sphere of 6 extremities in a vacuum is affected by a 7th extreme in the 4th dimension of space. The concept of time covering the 8th extremity and 5th dimension will be discussed in next session, in our 14th Celestial Probe. Referring to the 7th extremity and 4th dimension, we are either affected by a Borgundian in space, or one's own orientation, direction, and trajectory affects others, and at least 3 sets of 2 sets of 3 or 6 ones. Why, at least 6 others is simple as 2 partnerships is but 1, while 3 are a corporation, 2 corporations is a C corporation, and 6 1 as an S corp. Of Borgundians, individuals distinguished from collectives are known as Kyborgs. Resistance from assimilation is futile, but art is proof that man exists in our only conceivable heptarchy.
Searching stars as far as humanly possible, Kyborg technology assimilating individuals to Borgundians defines the Borg. Most may not grasp initially what Kyborgs are, but by definition living organisms enhanced biomechanically with body parts qualifies organisms as Kyborgs. Technically, pacemakers, hearing aids, prosthesis, or other such artificial organs make one kybernetic, where while linked to the care and maintenance of the Borg, human and other life forms are seen as less than or equal to Kyborgs. The will in biological organisms being unable to accept subordinates though physically encompassed and dominated by a Borgundian, man alludes to art which those Kyborg have no understanding. The strict utilitarian position held by those Borgundian in the vastness of space must be taken to survive in the void where no one can save another being outside the boundaries of time. Somewhere in the catacombs of space, others have made it to where we've come and further, which is fine, but if another made it to this extreme, so too has the Borg. Because lonely, we report back. Just as every gas tank underground is before installation paid to be dug up and removed, colonialism is only temporary unless Plantagenet. The issue between men and Kyborg is that men are attached to the earth and Kyborg may be more biomechanical than biological, forcibly bred or left to cold winters chasing love. Assimilating others' technologies, making improvements as time passes by, Kyborg, stronger from enhancements, outmatch mankind physically, equal it intellectually but can't comprehend the value and importance of art. Attempting to assimilate humanity into the Borg Kyborg, studying attempts to master intellect which unlike reason begins with the art of strategy, not the fact that 7 soldiers should trump 5 untrained. Finding no ear of corn, the same in our atmosphere, and searching the heavens for any other who had made it to the depths technology had or has.
Resistance against the Borg is useless where, sure, one may escape a time or two, but for how long would we last away from ourselves, and far will a captain take his crew beyond the horizon and far away from home? As Roman taxonomy documented, every atom, living or inanimate, discoveries, scientific and technological, were assimilated by one of the 7 possibly conceivable Borgundians. We can't fathom other Borgs as individual horizons may not be reached, but with information from Borg collectives, we hold as truth until experienced otherwise. After 476 BC and the fall of the Western Roman Empire of sub-Roman Britain, Wessex, East Anglia, Mercia, Northumbria, Sussex, Essex, and Kent were kingdoms in the Anglo-Saxon heptarchy whose hegemony is called English. The foundations of democracy are reached at this 4th dimension where 2 parties of 3 have a 7th extremity affecting Kyborg spatially or administratively. Attempting to evade the Borg is the same to ourselves, as we couldn't be so ignorant as to think what's found is unique without being owed at least the dignity of taxonomy, nor what art created shouldn't be published to an amicable Borgundian audience.
As art is proof of man's mortality and immortality, our only conceivable heptarchy, whether cubed or spherical, is championed by its input into technology. The zodiac in 3 dimensions is seemingly a 2-dimensional belt of a dozen 30-degree divisions where groups of estoiles within are characterized and given names thought appropriate. Without mental concentration and imagination, 7 would simply follow 6 with no ethical or aesthetic judgment for humanity. The utilitarian position taken in the depths of space must yield to art, or humanity is lost and but a vegetable sucking nutrients from the ground as the Borg does science and technology.
With quartered horizontal horizons and halved vertical polarities, these 6 extremities are subjective positions to one in space, with the 7th, objective, and adverse or inverse farce to one personal. Breaching barriers of affective or affective, the 7th extremity is the gravitational pull from other objects to the one in question. From movements to counter-movements, the bar is but when understanding relationships of better and worse, where the other must eat if whether or not what's written is understood. They, Kyborg, Moss Borg collective of cybernetic artificially intelligent bryonically organic robotic gamma units is just the product for you. The gamma unit simulates organic life forms to assimilate qualities and behaviors for Borg hegemony from where technology moves, if whether past or over us all. Art is the only refuge from the inescapable Borg, which thereby destroying the vacuum between effect and effect, distinguishes seventh trajectories gravitational pulls.
That's all the information we have for you this time concerning the 7 conceivable Borgundians. Next we discuss our universe over cosmopolitans. We hope to see you there. Thank you for your time and consideration.